But on the other side, there have been allegations that you've been overbearing, that your interference is just overbearing in the affairs of the NDDC.
Yes, it is criminals who want to use aggression as a defensive mechanism. Otherwise, what is wrong in having to want to verify how the money that has been spent there since the year 2000 to now has been utilized?
So in that regard, what is the standard procedure? Because this is an agency that has an MD, a governing chairman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does the minister have the right to oversight over the chairman of that commission?
The NDDC has to be supervised by the president. And the president ceded this responsibility totally to my office. And what do you call supervision? To supervise means to put right. And so anybody that says, we have not even started, and so anybody that says I'm overbearing, I just consider such a person a criminal. He wants to have the leeway to continue the crimes they've been committing in the place.
So what are the crimes they've been committing?
Of course, stealing and fraud, you know.
You have your facts to this?
As far as you should point to me, anybody that says I'm overbearing, I'll point you to the facts of his activities.
Let's come to your main project, your signature project in the Niger Delta region. That's the construction of the East-West Road. This looks like a never-ending affair. Recently, we've had several conversations on this. You've said that you've reviewed the draft design and all that. Could you bring us up to speed on what's happening to the East-West Road? A lot of Nigerians are eagerly awaiting something concrete.
Well, the technical department reports to me that Section 1 has been concluded, and they are urging that we invite the government to come for commissioning. I'm verifying that claim to be sure that it is true. You have known that for all the while, the enormous demands of resources to complete the entire project have been very high. But what we have, we've been applying accordingly based on the process of, the progress being made on the construction. So Section 1, we are told, is already finished. But I want to be sure that is true before I convey the same impression to Nigerians.
Unfortunately, you've been on the news recently on for a controversial reason, taking you to your political base in Cross River State. There have been internal squabbles in the APC Cross River State. So could you explain why is there so much squabbles in the APC Cross River State?
Well, I will only answer that question by an allegory. The first concern you should have is, would a man who, ab initio, was the first substantive chairman of the party in the state, and then transmuting to minister in a government that he believes in, want to rock the boat? That's the first concern. Number two, to consider is, I'll give you an allegory. If you are the owner of a house and an invader thinks that probably you are not in the house and breaks in and suddenly finds you in, what will be his reaction? If he feels strong enough, he will want to eliminate you so that he can possess your possession. If he feels too weak, he will want to beg for leniency so that he can go home quietly. So when you discover such characters, for fear of exposure and the outcomes, the party, since I left as chairman, has attracted a lot of people into it in the state, which means we have every grounds to make great fortunes. And all I'm saying is, we must put the party in proper shape to get a leadership so we can start building on the platform for future eventualities, because the political activities are soon to start.
But the zonal level of the South-South APC has is not comfortable with your role, and they've expressed strong opposition and vehement criticism about you.
Yes. The undercurrents are not what I will talk on press.
But you would like to react on your on the purported suspension, on your purported suspension by the APC Cross River State.
Well, again, in our party, it is wrong to go to the press when internal procedures are not exhausted.
So are you saying APC Cross River State is not transparent?
I have no letter of suspension. The APC as an institution in Cross River State should be transparent. Operators of APC in Cross River State at the present moment have motives other than just having the party to win. How can a leader in the party say the APC must not win Cross River State? How can a leader in the party say
you have that on fact?
As a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, if I speak to the public on speculation, then it means I endanger the public probity of our conscience. And so, what I say, I know. Why should a leader in the party say Cross River is not one of the states factored to be won by APC? What does it suggest? When the risk was bigger, I didn't gamble. I was steadfast. Is it now that we have a vestige of seeming success, greater success, collective success, absolute success, that I want to take a gamble?
But do you see this crack in APC Cross River State as a setback towards 2019 elections?
You see, there is something that appears like a crack. One, two people making noise by the corner of a threshold or a neighborhood does not suggest that the neighborhood is in turmoil.
But when it's coming from a high level in that zone, would you want to brush aside that?
Again, you are dragging me to say things I shouldn't say, and I will not say them. I'm more responsible than that.
What are those things?
When we have enough discussion as a party, I will talk about those things, but not to you.
But those things are in public domain.
Yeah,
so
it is.
There's no point.
Yes, you know, I said something. They use aggression as a defensive mechanism. Because first, if you know that you're telling a lie, you want to convince the public first before you come and check your facts. And I won't join in that type of thing. Okay, presuming or knowing that discipline suspension is a disciplinary procedure. Ask anybody where and when have I been told of my faults, or have I been summoned to appear anywhere, and so on and so forth. Then you just go to the papers and publish suspension.
Why do you think you were suspended?
I'm not suspended, for God's sake. Until I get a paper in my hand, then I'll know how to challenge whatever anybody is claiming. So it is something deeper than I will talk to you about. But it is an internal matter. I am a party man. I know the rules of our party. We will reshape and restructure and get our things right as a party.
The Honorable Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Mr. Usani Uguru, thank you so much for making our time to be part of this episode of Question Time. Thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome. Thank you. My pleasure.
And that's it on this episode of Question Time from Channels Television. What's your take on federal government's plan to scrap the amnesty program in the Niger Delta region? You may also join in this conversation. Send us your comments on our social media platforms. Join us next week on another fresh episode of Question Time from Channels Television. Many thanks for watching. I'm Benga Ashiru. Bye for now.